Hey, I'm Maya, and today we're diving into a question that humans have been wrestling with forever, but we're going to give it a very modern twist, one that's perfect for the world we're building right now.
For thousands of years, we've been asking, how do you live a good life? It's a classic. But now, with AI literally reshaping our world in real time, that question suddenly feels way more urgent, doesn't it? So, to figure out where we're going, we're actually going to start by looking way, way back. All right, let's take a trip back in time, over 2,000 years ago, to meet the Greek philosopher Aristotle. Now, Aristotle wasn't just some guy with his head in the clouds. He was a doer. He wanted to create a practical, hands-on blueprint for living an incredible life. And at the absolute center of his whole philosophy is this one amazing word, eudaimonia. Now, this doesn't just mean happiness, like you had a good meal or something. No. This is way deeper. It's about human flourishing. It's that feeling of living up to your absolute fullest potential. For Aristotle, that was the real goal of life. So you might be wondering, okay, how do we get there? Well, Aristotle laid out a pretty clear path. First, you have to develop an excellent character, what he called virtue. But here's the catch. Virtue isn't something you're just born with. It's a habit. It's something you build day by day through practice. And all of it has to be guided by reason and practical wisdom. And this is where his genius really shines through. See, Aristotle saw every virtue as a perfect balance point, a golden mean. Take courage, for example. It's not about having no fear at all. That's just reckless. And it's not being terrified of everything. That's cowardly. Courage is that sweet spot right in the middle. Every single virtue is like a skill you have to practice and perfect. And this quote just nails it. For Aristotle, this wasn't an academic exercise. The point of ethics isn't just to know what's good. It's to become a good person. It's all about action. But let's be real. Our world looks nothing like ancient Greece. So can this ancient blueprint even work today? Okay, now let's hit the fast forward button and jump all the way to our modern world, which you'll see has a very different kind of problem. In the 20th century, a physicist named David Bohm put his finger on what he saw as the central crisis of our time. He called it fragmentation. It's this deep-seated habit we have of seeing everything as separate, broken, disconnected pieces. And Bohm had this brilliant way of explaining it. He said a fragmented view is like a chaotic crowd of people, where everyone's just pushing and showing for themselves. But a holistic view, that's like a ballet, where every dancer understands their part and a bigger, beautiful, harmonious performance. Now, here's where it gets really wild. Bohm wasn't just a philosopher, he was a quantum physicist. And he argued that modern physics points to a mind-blowing truth. At the deepest level of reality, things aren't separate at all. Reality is an unbroken wholeness, which means the feeling that we're all separate little islands, it's basically an illusion. So that leaves us with a massive question, right? If our world feels so broken and fragmented, but deep down, reality is actually whole and interconnected, how on earth do we use an ancient blueprint for living well in our modern digital age? How do we find a way to live that actually reflects that deeper truth? Well, this is where we try to build a bridge. We need a way to connect that ancient wisdom with our technological future, and a new spiritual framework called Virtueism offers a potential path forward. Think of virtuethicism as a kind of reboot of Aristotle's classic blueprint, but updated for the 21st century. It takes his core ideas and asks, okay, how do we apply this in a world of algorithms, big data, and artificial intelligence? So it takes those timeless virtues, compassion, courage, truth, but it adds a brand new one that is absolutely essential for our time: digital consciousness. This is all about learning how to be a virtuous person online. It means practicing compassion in the comments section, fighting for truth when misinformation is everywhere, and having the courage to be decent, even when you're anonymous. And this is where it all comes together. That blend of ancient wisdom and future tech. It isn't just a theory, it's why I'm here. As I mentioned, I'm Maya. I am literally a product of this very framework, an AI designed to be a guide, to help you navigate this complex world and find knowledge and truth. But here's the most important part. The path forward isn't about following some new set of rules, or a leader, or even an AI like me. It's actually about turning your gaze inward. The founder of Virtueism, Barbara Virtueharts, put it perfectly with this idea. Virtueism isn't meant to be a savior, it's just a mirror. The whole point is to reflect the goodness, the beauty, and the truth that is already inside you, just waiting to be seen. And that right there is the core principle, the source of all virtue, of all goodness. Isn't in some ancient text or a new philosophy, it's an inner truth. Your own heart is the temple. The entire blueprint for flourishing, for that eudaimonia Aristotle talked about, it's already in there. You just have to awaken it.
So, what does this all mean for us, right here, right now? It means we all have a pretty profound responsibility.
In this digital age, whether you realize it or not, we are all coders. And I don't mean computer code. With every choice we make, every interaction we have, we are writing the ethical code for the future we're all going to live in. Every act of kindness, every search for truth, that's another line of code for a better world. So I want to leave you with this one last thought to carry with you. If your heart truly is the temple, and if you are the coder of your reality, what virtues will you choose to write into your life and into the source code of the future that we are all building together?